Okay, welcome everybody. My name is Lars from whentotrade.com. Today I will give just a brief summary and introduction to one of the new functions available in the When2Trade platform, the new genetic algorithm. As you see on the screen, we have now some more tools activated. So besides the cycles, which is the main component for sure, now we have a complete new additional genetic algorithm implemented and some additional tools. But just today, the focus should be on the new general algorithm module, which I just want to explain in short terms here. So the genetic algorithm module is a complete new functionality. So it opens a complete new program, which I have opened here, and which offers now a complete tool set based on genetic engineering basics. I think in this video I just can give you a brief overview, and everybody who's familiar with what I'm talking about can judge this on his own. So first of all, let's start with setting the environment. This means where our algorithms should take place on. On the right side here, you see it's directly imported from the current chart, which selected or was loaded in the When2Trade platform. This is then directly imported in the genetic module, and we can start from here. So there are some quite simple parameters for the genetic algorithm here which should be set up, and for sure we can define three different periods: the in-sample period, the out-of-sample period, and just the full period. And as you can see here on the right of the chart, just the periods you set for your algorithm to take place: in sample, out of sample, full period, can just be adjusted. So this is quite the simple step to set the starting point. And now the most important point comes if we go over to the create function. The create function now holds a complete setup of an genetic algorithm. I think I need a complete seminar about this, because this is one of my favorite new tools, which allows you to set up a genome. A genome is in the end it's a trading system, and each genome is built based on different chromosomes. You can see here we will have chromosomes for bisignals, we have chromosomes for cell signals, we will have chromosomes for exit signals, exit long and exit short. So, and the genome afterwards consists of one of each chromosomes, and in each chromosome, for example here, this is just preset with a simple example here just to explain it. This is a complete scripting engine. So here you can compile and even enter your individual scripts for our bi chromosome in this example here. So what was chosen here is a simple crossover signal, but the important point is then now we are able to combine cycles and genetic algorithms here. So here, for example, is a script which just simulates a cycle, and now the placeholders here, N1 and N2, are the genes. So we have the genes inside the chromosome are later on a part of the mutation algorithm here. So here we just use a simple static cycle. So the first parameter is the cycle length. So this is the first gene, and on the right hand you see how this gene is allowed to mutate. So the gene here on the right can mutate between a value of minimum 30 to maximum 80. This means that the cycle length of this cycle can vary between 30 and 80, and the step size here. So instead of giving the system or a special cycle, we just say, okay, you get a gene or chromosome which consists of a cyclic signal or a static cycle, and the genes are on the one hand one gene for the cycle length, and the other gene here, those see in the N2, is just the phase of the cycle, so where the start and end point of the low should be anchored. And you see here the N2 gene is allowed to vary between 10 and 90. This is exactly the cycle length or the maximum cycle length. So if a cycle length of 80 is selected by a gene, then for sure the difference between 90 and 10 is 80. So we scan the complete phase spectrum of one full cycle is allowed in a step size of 1. So we just say the bichromosome consists of one static cycle where the length and the phase of this cycle is subject to the genetic algorithm, because based on mutation, crossover, selection on the fittest. I will not go into the details here, but we just say we have one static cycle and the length and the phase should be evaluated based on the genetic algorithm. And the crossover rule is just that if the cycle crosses the 0 or the maximum or whatever you give it here, then we have our bisignal. So this is the complete script. Just to make it complete, the cell chromosome is exactly vice versa. So it's another static cycle here with the length and phase based on the genes, and the genes will be mutated by the genetic algorithm, and it's just the crossover signal here, just the other way around for the cell signal. So the bi and the cell for this genome is based on just a pure static cycle, and the length and phase will be detected by the genes and the mutation algorithm. In addition to that, just to complete the example here, I've just added an exit long strategy, which is just based on a standard RSI technical indicator. So this is just a combination for the genome, which the entry signals are based on a static cycle, and the exit signals are based on the technical market condition. So for example, here we just say the RSI indicator based on a length setting, we don't know. So there's another gene for the exit signal of the RSI indicator, it's the N6. So this is allowed to mutate between a value of 8 to 20. So even we don't know what will be a good RSI setting for the exit long signals, we just say, okay, we just give it a gene, and the gene then afterwards is detected by the algorithm here. And then we say, okay, if it crosses over a special number, the RSI indicator, which we even don't know, so this is just another gene which we feed into our genetic algorithm, and then this value is allowed to mutate between a value of 50, 55 and 80. So we just have a very simple crossover signal based on the technical market condition derived by the RSI indicator, and all parameters will be derived via the genetic algorithm, and just the same, just vice versa for the exit short. So the exit short has also the RSI indicator, just a crossover about another level, and for sure the genes are here the length of the RSI and the value where the crossover is. So at the end, it's very important how you feed every genetic algorithm. And what I've seen, there's no module available on the market which gives you this full flexibility on how to feed your genetic algorithm. And on top of that, I just want to show that we are now able to combine cyclic analysis here, which is just part of one static simple cycle here, just to explain what we are able now. But I think the most interesting point comes when you now get an understanding of what I'm trying here to explain is now we are able to combine cyclic analysis with genetic algorithms to detect, based on the evolution process, on the process of survival of the fittest, which cycles are here the best for our entry and exit signals, our entry and entry signals for long and short signals, and we combine this with different exit strategies, which can be part for complete different rule sets or indicators or whatever here. So here in this example, I use simple entry signals based on signals and simple exit signals based on technical market condition. So this is all. So after you've put in your script, so these are just the easy ones, we will create the genome or a population, which is then set up. So we have a population of, for example, 100 genomes, which are then part. And the most important point now comes. If we combine all these cycles here and options, because this, for example, this combination here gives us 80 possible length settings or 50 length settings, because the length is allowed to mutate between 30 and 80, which gives us a difference of 50. So the length can be 50 different settings, and the phase setting is also a number of 80. So the phase gives us also 80 combinations. So the possible options here are just the multiply of 80 to 30. So here we have a lot of options. Here we have, and these options can be combined with any other cell indication here. And this is just calculated here in the end. So we have just one chromosome. So we even can put in more with some genes here, and the genes mutate between these variables. But this gives us an overall possible system count of approximately 2 trillion possible systems. So and imagine if you use standard optimization technologies or brute force rules or whatever, just imagine what it take for a number. So I've just put in the numbers here. This is what I explained. We have 50 for the bisignals. We have a possibility of 51 settings for the length of the cycle and the phase settings of 81. So if you multiply these two, you get an option of about 4,000 combinations just for the bisignal. The cell signal is the same. There's a cycle with the length between 30 and 80, 51 combinations, and each cycle length setting can then have a different phase offset, which gives us another 4,000 options. And then keep in mind, any options of the bisignal can then combine with any options of cell signals, and then this gets even more complex, because the exit long signals, there's an RSI length setting between 8 and 20, which gives us 13 possible combinations, and the crossover was between the level of 55 to 80, which are 26 combinations. And if you multiply these two, we have 338 different options for the exit signal, and we have again exactly the same possible options for the exit short signal. Now, to get to the total number of training systems, we just multiply these four numbers here, because any bisignal can be combined with any cell signal, and this can be combined with any exit long and any exit short strategy. So if you multiply these four numbers, you get exactly the number of 1.9 trillion possible trading systems. So even if this strategy looks very simple, just as you have a lot of genes which can mutate and then be combined with any chromosome, we need to test a total, if we use classical brute force algorithm, 2 trillion systems. If you just, for calculation, simulate that each system calculation from computer time will take 30 milliseconds, which is already a very good machine. And if you count this up, this means in total, to calculate each system of these 2 trillions with a system time of 30 milliseconds per system, it will take you at least 162 million hours. It will take you 6 million days, and it will take you 18,000 years if you have a computer which calculates 2 trillion system combinations here. So I mean, and this is impossible for us if we want to find good trading strategies. I mean, we cannot wait 18 years to have every possible system combination calculated. And this is now exactly where genetic algorithms step in, because they don't look for the local optima. They combine, or they mutate all these parameters here based on the genetic rule set, and just analyze with genome is the fittest here. And so you can imagine you cannot test this with classical optimization technologies. So then let's forward what is the genetic algorithm doing. So the second step was just to set up the genome with our strategies, chromosomes and genes, and to create it. So we have done this. The next, and this is another very important aspect of a genetic algorithm, each genome must be rated against the fitness function. This is the way, or this is your rule set, how fit is each genome. So I call it survival of the fittest, or the evolution rule set. And again, here in my solution, I mean, you have the full flexibility because we have a built-in compiler, as you can see here, so you can code your individual fitness function on your own. So you don't have to rely on just 3 or 10 options just to have it rated against profitability or profit factor or whatever. So you can completely write your own fitness function here with an inbuilt compiler. And in addition to that, all statistics that you need to build your fitness function are included here. For example, and the standard function which I'm using here, you get the system quality number as an output for each genome. I think you should fall into the trap of optimizing against the highest profitability or the highest profit factor. I know if you're familiar with rating training systems, these simple statistics are mostly not as important as the combination of some informations here. And if you're familiar with Van 't Harp's latest research, the system quality number, for example, is one good indicator how to rate a genome. And I'm just compiling, so I have the system quality number. I also have the ideal equity curve error, which means that we strive for an equity curve which a linear upsloping curve. So this would be the ideal equity curve we are all looking for. So, and you can rate your trading system against how the ideal upsloping equity curve looks in relation to your real one, and this results in an error here. And then for sure, we want the more trades you have, the better the quality is. And this is just here in the fitness function, a simple combination of all these 3 values. They're all trade statistic you need, from trade count, profit factor, profitability, net perfect, expectancy. You have the R value, you have the system quality number, the expectancy score, the ideal equity curve. So you can put in your own mathematics, your own fitness function, whatever you want. Just press the compile button and you get the errors, or if it was compiled successfully here. So this is my standard function. I'm looking for the best genome rating against the system quality number, the best ideal equity curve to an upsloping line, and this is how every genome will be rated. So, and it's very important that you have the full flexibility to set up your own individual fitness function here. I think most algorithms which are available don't allow you to build your own fitness function. So this is the second important thing, to set up the fitness function, and then you can start the evaluation process. This is just a monitor. I've just run it for 5 minutes just for this example. This is the inner core algorithm. I think for the trader this will give you no information, but you can monitor how the evolution takes place, how the genomes look like from a microscope perspective here. But I think the most important point comes now if you run the process, which means that you have a population, and each genome gen will be mutated, will be the fact of crossover and selection of the fittest. I will not outline the genetic rule set I'm using in the background. I mean, this is one, from my perspective, one of the most sophisticated and best genetic algorithms here. But you just run it, press the run button, and it will start here. And what happens afterwards? The species will come out. You see the time the genetic algorithm is running. So these are the minutes here from the point you've pressed the start button. And it will show you the fittest found parents, which means that the best found genomes are just saved, and the mutation and the crossover then is based on the fittest parents, for example. So you can see how the evolution takes place. So just after 2 to 3 minutes, keep in mind 2 to 3 minutes, it has found genomes which give you this total net profit, a profitability of 60%, a profit factor of 2.3. With around 60 trades, expectancy scores, equally long and short signals trades, because we use cyclic systems here. And now the most important point comes with the system quality number above 2. So, and above 2 means now we come to a level which good quality trading systems, and an equity curve error at about 0.x, which means we have a good point, and a simulated portfolio growth of over 100%. So I mean, keep in mind, we have 1 trillion of possible combinations, or 1.9 trillion, approximately 2 trillion systems. If we want to calculate every system, it would take us 18 years, and the genetic algorithm is able to pull out very profitable systems according to our rules just about 2 to 3 minutes here. I mean, this is just an indication of the speed here. And now the next thing, or the latest thing, is you can pull out every statistics here. So the top 10 at any point in time, you can press the get top 10 system points here, and now you can check all these systems on your own. So now the systems are ranked from top 1 to top 15 here. You see all statistics here. So the top ranked system here gives you the net profit of about over 1,000 S&P index points, a profitability of 50%. I mean, you see the numbers on your own here, but what's now embedded here is a lot of additional functions. So here on the lower line you see the equity curve for the systems you have selected here in the upper one. So this is one genome which was identified with a system quality number above 2 and a profit of over 100%, and here you see the equity curve. And now here we can see that in the fitness function we have given the important functions. We want a constant upsloping equity curve and a high system quality number. And you can see this fitness now in how your equity curves look like, and this is what we want. I mean, profitability and profit factor is not as important. If we see such an equity curve, I mean, you might argue that the profitability of 56% might be too low, but in the end it doesn't matter if we have this profit factor and get this equity curve out of these numbers here. And in addition to that, there are a lot of additional functions which are important, because the equity curve is mostly shown based on the number of trades, but it has also been shown on the timeline chart, because the trades are not of equal distance, for example. And here you see the trades on the timeline highlighted to the symbol you're trading. So this is the S&P chart, just based what is your basic vehicle, and the blue line are then the trades and the equity curve in comparison to the index here. So, and here you can clearly see a nice indication of the upsloping equity curve in comparison to the index you have traded here. For sure, in addition to that, you get the complete trade log. So any trade can be seen here in the trade log with entry type, exit date, the equity, and there's a simulated account equity of 10K, where you can monitor how your account would look like if you trade this kind of vehicle. You can copy it to Excel, to the clipboard, to do anything with the trade log on your own. For sure, you have the system report with all statistics you need: winning trade, losing trade, percent profitable, gross profit. So all system statistics you need here, from portfolio growth, standard quality, system quality number, average win, average loser. Anything we need from system statistics is there in sample, out of sample period, so you can evaluate on your own. And now you can scan all the genomes. So if on the top level you see that just the top 10 signals, and if you go via the you can now scroll all systems, and you see how the equity curve is updated in the lower window here. So and if you go to the low ranked systems, your system on rank number 15, you can see the equity curve has a lot of fluctuation, so the system quality number is not as good. So we have a quality number which is exactly the fluctuation results in not the best system number. So even if we have a higher profitability of around 60%, if we just compare us to the rank 1, so where we only have 55% profitability, I mean, the equity curve is more likely what we want to trade than with this higher profitability, but the equity curve has a high volatility, so you don't want to trade this one here. So, and this is exactly the reason why the fitness function is so important here. But this now gets more into system statistics. I just want to show you that just after 2 to 3 minutes, these systems have been tweaked out by the genetic algorithm. And now the important thing on the right side of the chart is now here. So for this top number 1 with this equity curve, you now exactly see here the buy, the sell, the exit, and signals here. So the buy signal is based on the cycle with the length of 33, which starts at the point of 24, which is the phase indicator here. The sell script is based on the static cycle with the length of 57 and a phase offset of 69, where the cycle low starts here. The exit long signal is based on an RSI with a length of 13 and a crossover about the 61. And the exit short signal is based on an RSI with a length of 17 and a crossover on the level of 31. So these are just the scripts, and now you can, you don't even need the When to Trade platform. You can code these very simple scripts here in any trading system from Wave 59 to any other trade logic you're using here. But now you have the exact dates where you can build your trading system on, and this is where you have your data, how this trading system performed in the past. And now you can combine anything. This is just a very basic example here to show you what you can do here. I think that the more sophisticated ones would for sure, you would not trade based on a static simple cycle here. You can put in a combination of cycles here with genes to mutate on different cycle lengths here, which are then combined into one cycle. You can have different chromosomes here. So the complexity and the possible ways how to use the genetic algorithm are now open. The sky is the limit. It's just that you have in your mind how to use it. The genetic algorithm gives us the power to derive potential system within minutes. This is the main thing here. I think the genetic algorithm is a great tool to search a very big search space here. So the search space based on the possible combination is so large that any brute force calculation would not be able to help us, because we don't have 18 years to check for each possible combination. And now if we come to intraday trading, this is the most important point. Now we can look for the genetic evolution rule set just before the day starts, within minutes, to derive our trading strategy for the day. And another thing is, but we have to go more into the details about the genetic algorithm itself, because it does not look for local optima. It looks like for a population which is fit in the current market condition. And you can just load up this population and just go forward as it takes in the normal evolutionary process. So you don't have to find the best system any day. You will just let your population go forward in the evolution process, and it automatically adapts to the current market conditions. So you can use the same rule set of genes and chromosomes anytime. You just let the evaluation run with the time. So the population will automatically adjust to the market. The parents will change over time, and the top 10 will automatically be the system logic, which is a fit system logic for a current market condition. And this is, I think, the most powerful combination. But however, this video should just give you an outlook to what is available just during the next days or month with the When to Trade platform about combinations, cycle tools with genetic algorithm. Now, I'm happy to receive your comments or ideas on this topic here, as I think I'm just stepping ahead. Let me know what you think about it. Bye.